watching Thrifty Kaniffy.
Hello everyone and welcome to Thrifty Kaniffy. Today we're going to be looking at the Adimanti brand of knives. This is a higher end Ganzo essentially. And this model is the Skimen-RD. Red is the RD. The Skimen is not actually the name of the knife, which is Neformat. The Skimen is actually the name of the designer. But we'll look at some more of the materials here that you get. Little pamphlet here with information on new products, and you can follow them on Facebook and Instagram. And if you send them an email, they'll give you a discount of 10% on your next order. All right, so then the other thing is you have a little sticker here, which is kind of a nice little puffy sticker they give you. And then you get this card, which is the warranty card. But most specifically, I want to talk about information here. Now, this fellow here is Skimen Neformat, so that's his first name, Skimen. And let me just read this. It's a Chinese translation, so it's going to be some wording that's a little awkward. It says, this knife is designed by Skimen Neformat, knife enthusiast and popular Ukrainian YouTuber. He is a master of knife repair with 25 years experience, who knows exactly how should your knife look and work. This knife he made thinking about many points he'd like to avoid a good knife and remember the best traditions of well-built knives. Name of the knife is Neformat because the knife transcends the common knife formats and usual knife trends. Neformat was made for your convenience. So there you have Ruslan holding the knife. Kind of neat. Never heard of him specifically, but I'm sure others in the knife world are more familiar with him than I. Here's a look at the knife. Let's get started with it. Now this is the red-handled one. There's many color options available to you. There's a red, black, orange, digital camo, carbon fiber. Probably some I'm forgetting, a purple one. So if you're interested in this knife, you definitely don't have to get it in red. There are other options available. But what we have here is just some pretty basic G10. Nothing fancy. You do get some good lines on there for grip. So it does provide some good grip. It's not going to hand's not going to just slide off of there. But just one half of the knife is colored. The other is not. You have like a half liner on the left side of this stainless, and then the other half G10, and then the other side is full stainless, and you get the frame lock over here. Now you have a tip up carry with a deep pocket clip, and you get 6 hardware here, T6, and I believe this is a T10, and they have the option there where the ceramic detent ball is to adjust that. But main concern for me as a lefty is always whether or not a frame lock is going to be difficult to open. A lot of times the natural position of your thumb will put yourself over the frame lock and prevent the blade from opening. But this is not that bad. It gives you quite a bit of room over here on the left side to flip that open, and it's a very smooth open. So I like that. Also very easy to close one-handed, and this thing is almost drop shut. Just requires just a small little jerk to get it closed. You have some jimping on the flipper tab, which I always enjoy, making it a little more grippy to get a hold of the action there. And it's really easy to close. No issues there getting a hold of the lock. Now here's the profile of that clip. It's pretty low profile. Doesn't protrude up too much at the tip. So doesn't interfere with your hand when you're trying to open it as a lefty. And feels fine in the right hand as well. No issues there. And you can see it's easy enough even for a left-hander to close it right-handed. So for you righties, it should be a cinch. But we have really overall good presentation. I like the shape of the handle. It gives you an easy 4-finger grip And you do have the option of coming forward a little bit. I wouldn't say you would have a full finger up there, but you can just sort of rest it there on top of the flipper tab. And then you have some jimping here at the top of the blade, which is a pretty natural position for your thumb. Drop point blade made from D2 steel. Get the swedging at the top, and the rest of it is a flat grind. Very, very sharp. Does really well under testing. Here's a little paracord. I'll just give you an idea of how quickly it can get through that. No issue at all. I think it was particularly sharp right out of the box. Nice point on it. And we'll look at some of the detailing of the blade here. You can see it has the Neformat and then /D2 for the blade steel. It's a Skimen design, and it's made by Ganzo, the higher end Ganzo Adimanti. And then on the back, you just have the Adimanti logo here. So a little bit of billboarding, not too bad. In the closed position, you do still see, quite a bit of the graphics there. So that doesn't ever go away. But I think it's an attractive blade. It's very, very smooth. The operation is easy to open left and right-handed. Just an easy flick to close it. Very little complaint about this knife. And it's got the icebreaker too. It's a nice little extra function. And its icebreaker is just basically a hex bolt there holding on the handle. Or excuse me, not the handle, but the clip. And the clip is not reversible. So you just forced to use it in the one position. But as a left-hander, the clip doesn't interfere with my comfort or ability to operate the flipper or close it. So it doesn't really bother me at all. Again, in that handle position, even with the firm grip, I'm barely feeling that clip. It's not a hot spot on my pinky like a lot of knives can be. And I feel like the overall build quality of this knife is superb. You have, a black backspacer there, G10 I'm assuming, and good lockup. Let's take a look at that. You're looking only maybe at like 25%, so super easy to unlock and operate right out of the box. Get the good jimping up there. It's the good style jimping that I like. That's got a little bit of roundedness to it, not too aggressive, but aggressive enough that you can, use it practically. Again, you can come forward a little bit with that flipper tab. I'm not saying put your hand all the way up there, but you can kind of rest your finger on there. Just an overall comfortable knife. Really, quite an attractive blade and style. And the smoothness is belies its price. It feels like a much more expensive knife when you operate it for $29 or $30, whatever it is. It's just an incredible deal. I'm not sure how Ganzo does this for this price, honestly. But very solid in hand. We'll get a quick weight on this guy. .7 ounces, so not going to be the lightest knife you're ever going to carry, but it is all steel construction there with a pretty large blade. Some other dimensions for you. So the handle length closed position is about 4 5/8, I call it, and the blade length, kind of hard to measure. I'll just go ahead and measure back here, seeing as how that kind of recesses back. It's about a 3 5, just slightly over a ½ inch, about 3 5/8, let's call it, inch blade. And then I'd say the cutting edge is pretty much the same since it comes all the way back. Don't have much of a sharpening choil there. And I could see potentially that might be a little problem for some sharpening systems, but one with an angular style, when you come off center and you put the blade in the middle, you should be able to reach that without too much issue for sharpening. But it is near the plunge there, and you don't have its own natural sharpening choil, so you might want to create one. Just kind of a user's choice there. I don't think it'll be too much of a problem. But yeah, for $29, this thing is a deal, I think. A real wonder. D2 blade steel. Saving a little bit with that G10 handle. You know, it's not the cheapest of plastic G10 I've seen. And it does have some nice, you know, texture in it for grooves. And just sort of speckled there. It gives you a good, nice grip. Easy to open. Pretty fond of this knife for the price. I think it's great. It does everything really well. There's really no major issues with it anywhere. So pretty fond of it. And I think if you're looking for a good value knife in that $30 range with a good sharp edge, this Ganzo Adimanti is, you know, it feels more expensive than it is. It really does. The action on it is superb. Has a nice soft open on it, not real clangy, and just real refined opening and close. So really like it for the price. And that's going to do it for my review of this guy. This is a big thumbs up for me, for anybody looking for a good budget D2 blade modern folder. And if you thought maybe you didn't like frame locks because you're left-handed, this one's not really an issue. I do have problems with some frame locks, not this one. All right, guys, that's going to do it for me. Thank you for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit that bell to be made aware of videos when they drop. Everyone have a fantastic day today. Take care.